Hello, my name is Hannah. I am a theatre translator. I translate contemporary British plays and occasionally the odd American musical. And I also study contemporary British theatre. So I am very excited about everything that's going on in London. And a big part of that every year are the Olivier Awards. So let's have a little chat about them. I really love doing this video every year. I'm gonna go through the nominations and I'm just gonna comment and, share my excitement about them. The first one on their list is Best Actor in a Supporting Role in a Musical. I'm gonna have to say my prediction who's gonna win is Jonathan Bailey for Company because he was just absolutely marvelous, and I really think he deserves it. He was truly the star of the show. Best Actress, similarly, I think that's gonna go to Patti LuPone for Company. She was amazing. Outstanding achievement in music. I'm just gonna say that I think it's a bit of a shame that Fun Home is there rather than Caroline or Change, another musical by the same composer, Janine Tesori, because I personally thought Caroline or Change was way more innovative in terms of music. But maybe they're just talking about the band. I'm not really sure what this category means. I haven't seen the dance productions, so I mean this is gonna be just me picking what I have opinions on, and I only go to straight plays and musicals, unfortunately. Ooh, best choreography. Again, I haven't seen all of them. I have no interest in seeing six. So I don't have complete knowledge here. Every year I will have seen perhaps a half of the shows that are on the list. I personally go to a lot of other places like the National Theatre or the Royal Court, the Almeida, that don't tend to appear as often. And this is always really focused on the commercial shows in the West End. I'm gonna guess the choreography of King and I has quite a good chance. It's based on the original choreography by Jerome Robbins. I mean, how cool is that? But now we come to Best Musical Revival, and it's Caroline Change Company or King and I would love Caroline Change to win just because it was so amazing in all respects, and I feel like it's not been talked about enough. But both Company and King and I have been talked about a lot, so I don't think Caroline Change really has a chance. I think it's I think it's probably gonna be Company, but Caroline has stolen my heart. Best actor in a musical. I would love the guy from Fun Home to win. I thought he was amazing and in a very non-traditional way for musicals. Usually you've got those all singing, all dancing performances, and his was more focused on the characterization of this like really weird and layered character. His name is Zubin Vala. I didn't know the actor before, but I genuinely adored him. Alongside Jenna Russell, by the way, who played his wife, but she's not nominated, unfortunately. Best Actress in a Musical. Sharon D. Clarke, Caroline O'Change, yes please. Best Revival. Okay, now we're into straight plays territory. I mean, King Lear was a very high profile show, the one with Ian McKellen, so I think it might be that. But also Summer and Smoke is nominated, and that was just such a gorgeous and gentle show. I really loved that. I've seen it at the Almeida, not in the West End, but I would be very happy if that won. It probably won't. Best New Comedy, I have seen The Quiz. But this is a very odd category. Apparently only 4 plays were eligible and 3 of those are nominated. And they're not even straight comedies, so I would say scratch the category. Light design, Again, I have to mention Summer and Smoke, especially because I saw it at the Almeida, which is such a small space, and you wouldn't expect to have that many possibilities in terms of lighting and the whole technical side, but it was absolutely gorgeous on this super simple set, and the light really created the mood. So I would be very happy if Lee Curran won for Summer and Smoke. Best set design. I love all of these people. Bunny Christie for Company, Bob Crowley, The Inheritance, S. Devlin, The Lehman Trilogy, Anna Fleischle, Homebound Darling. I think these people are all incredible designers. Personally, Company wasn't my favorite design from Bunny Christie. I'd have to say the Lehman Trilogy design was my favorite. It genuinely worked so brilliantly with the adaptation, so I would really love that one to win. Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Whew. Okay, I've actually only seen the quiz and I wouldn't give it to that guy, so I can't comment. Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Um, I really loved Monica Dolan in All About Eve. Um, Ironically, I thought she was way more interesting than the famous people in it. They might give it to Vanessa Redgrave because she's famous, but I thought her whole part in The Inheritance was a bit odd. She seemed like an alien because she was the only woman and she appeared sort of 6 hours in. Best Actor. Okay, here's the problem. How could they nominate Simon Russell Beale, Adam Godley, and Ben Miles for one award? They were the whole cast of the Lehman Trilogy. How are they Best Actor? Like, they are three actors. Please pick one of them. I think Simon Russell Beale should win this award. I don't think they can give the award to three actors who all had a huge part. Like, pick one. This is crazy. I thought all three of them were absolutely brilliant. But as it stands, I wouldn't give the award to them because this should not be happening. I thought Simon Russell Beale was particularly brilliant. He has such a great comedic talent, so I don't know why they just don't give it to him. I'm gonna say they will give it to Ian McKellen, even though I personally have only seen it as anti-life, so I feel like it didn't have quite as much impact on me as it probably would have had I seen it live. Best Actress. I'm just gonna have a wild guess because I've heard good things about Sophie Okonedo. I'm gonna have a guess that she might win this. Best Director now. I mean, this obviously has to be Sam Mendes for the Lehman Trilogy. He did just a marvelous job, apart from the fact that at one point the show made me incredibly sick. I'm gonna say he could have changed that bit. But other than that, I thought he did a wonderful job. Best New Play. Now, this is where I have a bit of an issue because I think quite clearly the best play was at the Almeida Theatre and it was called The Writer by Ella Hickson. How is this not nominated? I have no idea. It was eligible even though it was at the Almeida. It is in the list of eligible productions. So how did they not think it was the best play ever? I'm gonna say The Inheritance might win this, even though I personally thought it wasn't as good as it could have been. I thought it would benefit from being a bit shorter, mainly. And perhaps using the inspiration of Howard's End in a bit more innovative way and not so literally. And the last category is Best New Musical. I did really appreciate Fun Home, but there's also Come From Away, which I haven't seen, but I have high hopes. So I feel like that might have quite a good chance. It's definitely the one production out of all of these that I'm really sorry I haven't seen yet, and I'm definitely planning to see it in the future. So that was the list. I always tend to agree with some of the nominations, but as I say, I also find it a bit of a shame that they tend to be so commercial. If I was to look back at the year, my absolute highlights show that were just perfect in my opinions, were The Writer at the Almeida, which has no mention anywhere, and also The Jungle in the West End. And that one actually, I believe, was already eligible last year, because that's when they first did it at the Young Vic. The one I saw this year was just a transfer into the West End. But it wasn't nominated last year either. So I find it odd that, like, whatever year it's eligible, that they wouldn't give that a mention, because I would definitely nominate that for either Best New Play or Best Director. It was just something really, really important, and it was done perfectly. On the other hand, the Lehman trilogy was a great production, so I'm glad that it got quite a few nominations. In terms of musical theatre, my highlights were definitely Caroline or Change. I also loved Company. Another one of my highlights of the year was actually in a regional theatre, but I'd like to mention it as something amazing that happened last year, and it was a musical called Flowers for Mrs. Harris. It was at the Chichester Festival Theatre in September. Honestly, just beauty materialized in a musical, so I had to give it a little mention. So that's it. I'm very excited to hear who actually wins. Please let me know what were your highlights of last year, either if you are in the UK or just something local to you. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. My next video will be a PhD weekly vlog. Have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.